Yes, guys, welcome from me. This is Championship Manager 0102, the three-man game, the final hurdles of season 140 motherfucking 144 seasons have almost completed, and wow, that's all I'll say. Wow, we've gone over 10 and a half years now of game time since we started this. Not game time, sort of real life time. December 2013 we started it. And whilst sessions have been a little bit hard to come by, we still get them in. And we had another session yesterday, which one more session should pull us over the line in this another epic of a season. Where to start? Ian, I've won the last two titles, so Ian's looking to bring it back to the red side of Manchester. But it's not over yet. It is not over yet. As I am 5 behind with one game in hand. It's not over for Pep yet. Pep is 7 behind with one in hand. Me and Pep have still got to play each other. That's the only crucial game. You can see who's fourth there. Chelsea, they're always there, aren't they, Chelsea? Back from the days when I used to manage Chelsea, they've always been a force since I left. And you'll see why in a moment. But the big thing, of course, is if Pep fails again this season, sorry Pep, if Pep fails again this season, it will be another season without a title. Pep last won it in 21-22. It will be 36 seasons since Pep has won the title. So much has happened since Pep's last won it. I won it with Chelsea over here. I won it with Chelsea here before leaving to go to Man City in 38. It was 44 that I left. And then returning to win the title at the first attempt. It's crazy for Pep. It really is. I feel for him, but I don't. It is quite funny. It is really funny. But trust me, that yesterday's session was quite something, because let's start with the League Cup. Went like this. So the League Cup is back with Man City after Southampton have won the last two League Cups against Man City. I think it was against Man City, maybe not actually, but we took it, and it's fair to say we deserve to take it. We took the League Cup against Pep, an injury apiece. Yeah, it was. It was third time lucky for me, and what can I say? Sorry, Pep. Well, I'm not sorry at all, Pep. I was aiming to win it. Fuck you. Over to the FA Cup. That is where we're at with the FA Cup. It's Ian's to lose. Ian took me out in the semi-final. And to be honest with you, right, as soon as I saw a red card for my goalkeeper, I said on the chat, game over. So fucking pissed off. You know there's no way back, don't you? I say that. We went 1-0 down. We equalised it to 1-1. But Ian held firm. And of course, let me remind you, the FA Cup, Pep had won the last two against Man United and Chelsea. So there is no FA Cup for Pep this season either. So Ian will take on Norwich City in the final. Over to the Champions League, which of course is always, for me, the second main competition. And there you see the semi-final draw of the Champions League. And you can clearly see there is no Manchester United there, because Chelsea came good against Man United, drawing the first leg 1-1. I don't quite know why it says 0-0 there, because the results were 0-0 at home and 1-1 away. So the away goal, but let's just take a look now then. That was harsh. That is I didn't even look at that. Well, maybe I did and I forgot. But the second leg, yeah, it's unlucky on Ian, to be fair. It really is. But nevertheless, Chelsea advanced to the semis. Man United were the holders, but we're going to see a new Champions League winner, that's for sure. So that's bizarre. We've seen a new League Cup winner, a new FA Cup winner. We're going to see a new Champions League winner. The question is, are we going to see a new league winner? Now, of course, the league at one point, I drew with Fulham, and I was fucking seething, absolutely seething. But we then went and produced this. And boy, that was a nerve-wracking last couple of minutes. Was really happy with half-time. Of course I was. Ian scored on 61. To be honest with you, I've struggled against my biggest rivals, so I was half expecting to get the draw, and then I see the red card, and of course you see a red card and you just think, hope it's not my goalie. Dealt with it instantly. 2 separate fucking incidents, 2 red cards. So let's see now. Then he made a sliding tackle, got a second yellow card, and then Grant, which incidentally is a Zlatan regen, made a slide. What the fuck? What the actual fuck was that? But we held firm. We held on. And we now need to win our game in hand to then go within 2 points, a whisker. But as you can see, what a fucking game we've got at Southampton. It's going to be massive, isn't it? So we're going to Leicester, we're entertaining Burton, we're going to Southampton, and then we're entertaining Crystal Palace. So we'll look at Pep's final set of games. Away to West Brom, away to Hyde, home to me, and then home to Fulham. And more importantly, of course, let's now look at Manchester United and their final 3 league games. Away to Nuneaton, home to Gillingham, away to Hyde. Well, what can you say? I've actually changed my tactic for this second half of the season. I've actually gone to something that I use on the update. And it has actually served me well. Now you're looking right? You're looking at 2 names there, Cocksucker and Bitch. My wife likes to play a bit of an input in CM. No doubt about that. So this is my Colombian striker, Falco regen. And Annie, right, I quite often get a little bit angry at the game, as I feel we all do. And every so often I went out for a piss and she renamed 2 players, right? And she says, go on, keep them as they are. And I says, okay, for you, because she hears me commentate and it almost justifies my commentary. And I said, well, all right then, I'll tell you what, that's fine. But we're not renaming these random fucking players. At least make it familiar players. So we did it with Falco regen, who hasn't actually been playing as much because the regen of Zlatan has been hitting the goals in, although, I don't know, it's a tough one. And then the bitch one is my Neymar regen, who's been absolutely brilliant for me yet again. In terms of players that have arrived for me towards the back end, we brought Tim Tate, a youngster. Just fingers crossed we get something from him. Let's have a look for Man United, see if they've got anybody of interest. Julio Sosa. Don't know personally about him. He's a midfielder. I thought he was a defender. I don't know, he could be alright. So a few players in February. Over to Pep. See if he's bought in anything of interest since the turn of the year. George Varela. He's not too bad. And DePaula's somebody for the Rezzies. Let's take a look now then what we've got coming on future transfers. Pep has got 1 player arriving at Ferry. Think he beat me to him, didn't he? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Benzema. It is. Yeah, Benzema, because I noted it. That's Benzema regen. And I think he's got himself a good player there. Now, I didn't realise that was Benzema until after Pep got him, because if I'd thought about it, I'd have offered him a bigger contract. I didn't offer a big contract. Sometimes I'm not so fussed. So that's Pep. So yeah, he could be important for him. Over to Ian, if he's got anything coming. He's got, that's my ex-player, isn't it? It is my ex-player. Okay. And I get that. It's a good boy. He looks solid. He never really... It was a little bit inconsistent for me. Didn't really make it. Ian will hope to at least get a year or 2 out of him. No doubt about that. And for me, what we got coming, we got a few, actually. We got an offer in there. Bruno Pereira, I'm just hoping now the guys don't... Well, I say the guys. Ian's already seeing that I've bid for him. Pep won't bid for him because he's a left-back. He's actually my former player. I was looking to tighten up some full-back slots. With my new formation, I thought maybe something a little bit more advancing. And he didn't actually do too bad. I'm not quite sure why I got rid of him in the first place. But we've got an offer in for him. We've got Joe Crawford. Now, Joe Crawford, right, you may recall, is an absolute monster. And I keep getting him, and the board keep cancelling it. And fucking yakety yak. So, he's agreed to join me. Now, that deal is going to get cancelled. There is no doubt about that. That deal is going to get cancelled. But, I'm not sure how it's going to work here with Cosmos in United States, because his contract is out in January next year. So from the 27th of July, we may not be able to offer him a contract for free. And I'm going to go to town. I've been tracking him for fucking years. Absolute years. Does my head in. In all honesty, right, I could implement a board interference patch. I don't want to, or at least I want to run it by Pep and Ian. It does add an element of risk on the game. There's no doubt about that. It does add an element of risk. And it would stop this bullshit. I would say, particularly with Crawford, I've got him back 4 or 5 times, and each time it's been cancelled. So Pep and Ian may say, well, no, we'll leave it as is. Because I think it would work, to be honest with you, because it seems to have worked on my Game On challenge with Matt. So who knows? I might throw it up to them. Matter Gaia. I only come across him because he was being praised for Preston. We'll see. Looks right though. Mia Mirko. Sure you all know who he is. Olaba Regen. He's 29. How none of us have found him prior, I don't know. I'm taking a punt with him. I'm going to bring him in. Now this guy, Pasquale Napoli. Really pleased with him. To have found him, shall I say. And of course he's really young, so we'll see how he flares up. He's still very, very young. I feel like Jimmy Savile here. But, he's going to be 17 at the start of next season. So we'll see. We'll see how we go. I mean, he must have been 15 when he came into the game then. He must have been 15 if he had supposedly... Right, okay, all good stuff. So, that's our signings then. Yeah, so that's that, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned, and we will soon, hopefully, be concluding this season. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow night. If not tomorrow night, I don't know. We'll get there. Till next time from me, guys. Take it easy.